After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Now on the move. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today. It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
The Volunteers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Going to take a shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality. Which style can present itself today and win the ball game? And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you now. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him immediately so quickly that he makes a bad decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
Now adjusting. Fires downfield. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
The Vols are rolling down the field. They keep attacking through the air. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. And this Big Orange offense getting it done in the passing game.
And great execution by the quarterback. And when you think about Tennessee offense, man, when they got their trigger man, and they've had some great ones, Peyton Manning, T. Martin, Hendon Hooker had an unbelievable run. They find that guy, man, their offenses have been so hard to stop.
Leaves it with the back. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back. It's Bean. Slips away. Gets rid of it. It's complete.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle. It's 1st down from the 11. One-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. We saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there, and your running back, he gets out there faster. Got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left, too.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Makes the catch. And he was thinking 6, but that D knocks him down at the 2.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense, too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up 4th down.
They're going to go for it with a couple of good options here. Get it to the 1, you get the 1st down. Get it farther, you get the touchdown. They're trying to get to... He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a 3rd down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They believe they can run right here. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. The give to the left side. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Looking to the big tight end. And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Tennessee 7, Utah 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. The give to the tailback. Pulled down at the 29 after getting 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. And the ball is free on the pitch. They'll get to keep possession, but man, do they have a long way to go after that fumble threw them in reverse.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
This offense has been money on 4th down here in the first half. They'll try to make it 3 for 3. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They're throwing for it on 4th down. He'll fire to his right. And he's got it inside the 25.
And I don't know how the offense was able to come up with that one, guys, but 4th and long, and they find a way. Everybody on defense had their eyes on the quarterback, but he was still able to just give his guy a chance, put it near his body. He makes a phenomenal effort and grab, and they keep the drive alive.
Got it set up on the outside. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He leaves it with his back. Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. And the Volunteers get enough to move the chains. And the Vols trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll run the option. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Vols!
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Western Michigan is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up 14 over Illinois. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Oh, that is a throw that is just going to haunt this quarterback. He had his target wide open, running deep. That should be a touchdown, but the QB overthrew him. That is going to haunt this quarterback tonight.
On the move to his left. He's turning it loose into the middle. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Skips away from pressure. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Pulls it in inside the 10. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteer. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Man, cornerbacks have to do a great job in the pocket, letting routes develop, taking their time. He does, throws the ball down the field, receiver catches it, and then does the rest, takes it in to the end zone for 6.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
He's looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. On the move, he fires. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
His defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it, almost had another interception.
Trying to burn this defensive back. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And the Utes will punt it away on fourth down. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the returner will be dragged down. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now in the city.
Snags it down the right side. He's loose. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tennessee!
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And the extra point makes it 28-0.
That makes the score Tennessee 28.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Number 18. Set to kick this low.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here.
Unloads it downfield. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Long incompletions. Okay, we got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
On second down, looking again to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
On third down, he drops to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. All kinds of running room. At the 20. Touchdown, Utah! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Number 6.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
They'll try to pound their way in. He'll get in there as they draw 2 points closer.
Some running backs just have a nose for the end zone. That guy did a great job there in the 2-point play, running that one in.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Oh, gave the defender the business. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. That's still a successful play.
Offense gets set for second down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. From the gun, running back on the move. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Now the pitch.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Touchdown ball! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. Is there anything this dude can't do? He's channeling his inner Condridge Holloway, Heath Schuler, or dare I say, the great Peyton Manning.
I bet he can't lead the Vanders. I bet he's not allowed to do that. He's having himself a day, but he's not there yet. But, man, putting up some stats, doing what he wants. This offense is absolutely cooking.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Baylor is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Robert Griffin III, and they are right back into this. They're trailing by 10 to Louisiana. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right.
There's nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
So now they'll try to mitigate that disaster on second down from the 15. Going up top. And it's picked off for the third time today. Giving him his pads. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Using his feet to buy time. Outside the pocket, lets it go. The pass is incomplete and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And he's going to reach for a long one and have to guide it in from the left side, 51 yards out. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Back to throw, it's Bean. Good timing on the quick out. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half.
Tennessee.
Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Volunteers will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. solid return, decent field position as he goes out of bounds at the 30. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Extending the play. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down. The Utes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. Touchdown, Utes! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
Now the two-point conversion attempt is coming. Looking to throw. Quarterback adapted. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Just one of those mistakes. It can't happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line gets set, first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He's got his man. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Second down coming up. Looking to throw, it's Bean. Floating away. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pass is incomplete here on 3rd down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense set on first down. To the ground with the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Dances away. And the quarterback is snowed under.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He'll get rid of it. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It's a good young lesson for all young receivers out there. Never jump up and down waving your hands trying to get the attention of the quarterback, because guess what? All you're doing instead is getting the attention of the defense. They're able to run over and get the INT.
He's going to take off. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
In his sophomore season, he's really learned to find that running room.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease, he puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. The give to the back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next one.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in their gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they're ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Backed up, 3rd and 10 from inside their own 5. Like a doctor, first do no harm. Back to throw, it's Bean. Uncorks one to the middle. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
The Vols will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the returner goes down. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive play.
He wants to take the top off. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
I tell you what, safeties in today's football now, it changes, right? You used to be big hitters that spin down all the time and have to play the run. Now with so much pass, so much spread, you better be able to cover. You better be able to have some speed. Great job sitting back in zone coverage, breaking on the football, and going and getting that INT.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Motion from the offense. With jet sweep pass. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Gets it out fast. Finding an escape route. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds. As long as it passes the line of scrimmage, we go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Tennessee 38, Utah 14.
Does this have to happen? What are we doing? Game isn't over. Why are you giving up?
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Dropping back, it's Bean. Dances away to buy time. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He looks that one in nicely.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Starting to feel a little pressure. And it's batted away, and the fourth down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the fourth quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
He's got his man. Makes the grab.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
He's looking to throw on third and short. Stands in and takes the hit. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
They'll give it to the back. Shakes off the defender. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense.
Gonna take a shot. Makes the catch down the right side. Open runway ahead. Touchdown Volunteers! And the stomping has commenced. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
He makes the grab for the 2. I don't know why you need to go for 2 there, but they do, and it's successful. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score coming on a scintillating 92-yard pass for the score. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Utah! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Crosses the 40. Hit the afterburners, kid. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. On the option, the pitch. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. They'll run play action. And they got him for the sack.
And 3rd and long, and the offense goes with a little play action. I don't know why the threat of the run. I'm not scared by that. You can tell the defense doesn't honor it, doesn't buy it, flies by the line, gets to the quarterback.
It's a fake. He's going to throw it. Coming after him. And the pass is incomplete, and the fake punt is a wash. You have an incompletion like that, you always think, why not just let the quarterback throw it? The element of trickery was afoot, and it didn't work. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Utes.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
Pushes ahead. He's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and they shave a couple more off of this lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop it.
Went to the running game on 1st down, now 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking to pass. It's Bean. Might be looking to run. Throws into the middle of the field. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. And the Volunteers will snap it on 1st and 10. On the move. He breaks a tackle. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Tennessee! And the punishment has been extended. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
I got to say, the mental toughness that this team is showing early this season is real impressive. And going down the field and scoring on that last possession, putting themselves in position here to go 2-0, they're answering the bell. This team has leadership on both sides of the ball. Very, very impressive.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
They'll throw it on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Utah!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
A first down for the offense. Using his feet. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Dropping back, it's Bean. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. What a snag by the defense. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity.
Let's go. Talk about having 1 foot in the grave. This was almost over. They're up by 2 possessions in the fourth quarter, and they got the football. Thank goodness they're choosing to throw the football, not run the clock. Man, we needed that pick. Now it's the offense's turn to go out and make something happen.
Played till the final whistle. It falls incomplete, and that's the ball game. And this is exactly the start that they'd envisioned. Get out of the gate, go 3-0, start to make your mark.